You are welcome once again to my live tutorial sessions. In today's tutorial, we'll be looking at the reason why you should use a surveillance drive instead of a normal desktop PC drive in your CCTV DVR or NVR. The second aspect of today's presentation will be looking at the length or the duration of recordings that can be saved onto your CCTV DVR or NVR. So let's get started by going onto my practical table and let's look at the reason why you should be using a surveillance drive instead of a normal desktop PC drive. Let's get to my practical table. Okay, so let's continue from here. I have on my table two types of hard drives. This one is surveillance hard drive, and this other one is a PC hard drive or a normal desktop PC hard drive. These two types of hard drives can each be installed, or they can fit into a DVR like this, but I can assure you that it is a surveillance drive that is most recommended for use in DVR or NVR. When you look at the two of them physically, you will not see any difference. It is the engineering behind these two types of drives that makes the difference. And so the question is, how are they different? Now, the main difference between us is the amount of workload that each of these drives are able to handle. You know, when you take a video data to the hard drive and high workload on the hard drive that is installed in the DVR or NVR, where as a normal PC workload, small data or small block random data transfers, and so a hard drive that is engineered struggle to keep up with the eventually R or NVR. The surveillance type of drive or the surveillance hard drive is carefully engineered for writing large continuous or sequential data blocks. And so when you use this type of drive in your CCTV DVR or NVR, you realize that its durability supersedes that of the normal kind of PC drive installed in your CCTV DVR or NVR. And so that is the main reason, or that is the main purpose for which this kind of drive is made. And so I will always recommend that you use a surveillance hard drive in your CCTV DVR. It's a very important thing to note, and because most of us that live in Africa where power fluctuations are a problem, you realize that surveillance drives are able to withstand such power fluctuations as we experience in our kind of region. So I always recommend a surveillance drive. They are able to withstand all kinds of rugged situations that a normal PC drive wouldn't be able to withstand. You realize that a surveillance drive, in terms of price, these surveillance drives are much more expensive than the normal PC drives, but you realize that over time you get to see the real benefits even beyond the price of these two kinds of drives. All right, so I would want to get to my table so that we'll continue from there. R or NVR. The answer is that recording, or the length of recording on your CCTV DVR or NVR, is affected by three factors. The number one is the size of your CCTV DVR or NVR, or that is the size of the hard drive installed in the DVR or NVR. The bigger the hard drive space, the longer the duration of recordings that can be saved onto the hard drive of the DVR or NVR. Number two factor is the quality of your camera recordings. That is, the higher the resolution of recordings you are doing, the lesser time it will take to fill up the hard drive space. For example, if you are doing recordings in 2 megapixel, it will take a longer time to fill the hard drive space compared to doing your recordings in 5 megapixel. So you must always compare the two and look at what you want to achieve. If you want to do very fine recordings, it will take you a very short time to fill up the hard drive space, and when you do the recording in a lower quality, it will take a longer time to fill up the hard drive space. So the choice is yours. Number 3 factor has to do with the number of cameras you have in your installation. If you have many cameras, it will take a shorter time to fill up the hard drive space compared to a lesser number of cameras in your installation. So those are 3 factors that affect the duration or the length of recordings that your hard drive will always get full. So what is the solution? You can choose an override function on your DVR, so that anytime the space on the hard drive is full, the system will start deleting videos from the oldest to make way for new recordings, so that you do not lose recordings just because your hard drive space is full. So you can use the override function to keep your recordings going when the drive gets full at a point. So that is what you can do. All right, I thank you so much for joining me in this live session. I am so grateful that you joined. Please keep your comments coming. I will take time out to answer all your comments that come on this video. I'm so glad that you joined. Remember to turn on the notification after subscribing to the channel, so that you can always be notified anytime we post a new video or we come up on air live. Thank you for joining. See you in the next video. Thank you.